David Benavidez sends David Lemieux straight to hell. Will Jermall Charlo find his nuts and step in the ring and fight him? Will he find his nuts and step in the ring and fight him? Will he? Will he find his nuts and step in the ring and fight him? It's that simple. David Benavidez has been calling this man out forever. Will he do it? Will he do it? Will he do it? Will he do it? I'm going to tell you this. Jermall Charlo has every excuse in the book when you come to talk about fighting an elite fighter. My brother Rodnell said, don't think he can find him, Nuke. That's right. Jermall Charlo is fighting Selecki. This man is fighting Selecki. You fighting that garbage-ass opponent, and David Benavidez has been calling your sorry ass out all this time. You know Canelo's booked. You waiting on a damn payday. Fight David Benavidez and show the world you are what you say you are. But you ain't no damn lion. You're a pussycat. Step up and fight David Benavidez. This the same. Let me remind you. Jermall Charlo said years ago that he would school David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo said that. He said that he would be, schooling because he's so young. He said that. So why don't you just go beat him? He's easy to beat, right? Then he said recently, I can knock David Benavidez's ass out. Stop playing with me. Okay, well, move up. Fight the guy. Fight him. He's 25 now, like my brother Carlos said. He's 25 now. You're a world champion. Move up. Go fight him, you pussycat. Find your nuts. Don't nobody want to see that Selecki fight? That is a garbage-ass fight. Turn around and fight David Benavidez. That's what we want to see. David Benavidez. David Benavidez, you need to go fight him. This man needs a big fight. You need a big fight. This would be a great pay-per-view and a massive payday. Will Jermall Charlo fight David Benavidez? We know Jermall Charlo is a lion. We know Jermall Charlo got nuts. We know Jermall Charlo is undisputed. We know Jermall Charlo will fight anybody. Will Jermall Charlo locate his nuts and fight David Benavidez? Somebody please answer the question. My brother Manny said, hell no, Jermall won't fight him. He said he won't fight him. He won't fight him. Why not make the fight? We need to see this fight. This fight needs to happen. They call him the Mexican Monster. You need to fight David Benavidez. You need to do it. He said he would knock out David Benavidez. David Benavidez has been begging for this fight. Make it happen. Will Jermall Charlo fight him? Will he fight him? That's all I want to know. Will he fight him? Will he fight it? Can somebody answer me that? Because Jermall Charlo talking about, maybe I'll move up. He just said the other day, I'll move up next year. Next year, this dude tucking his tail between his pussy because he don't want to fight David Benavidez. My brother Primetime Salute 89 says, Jermall said David Benavidez is going to have to wear a face mask during the fight. I mean, this guy got excuse after excuse after excuse. The first excuse is David Benavidez needs to be vaccinated. The next excuse, he needs to be 25. Yeah, you thought I forgot that. You thought I forgot that. Now the guy's talking about, David Benavidez, I'll fight him in 2023. Why can you not fight him this year? You fighting Selecki. Selecki's a sparring match. This guy's an Uber driver. Come on, man. I seen this dude at McDonald's handing out cheeseburgers. Why can't you turn around and fight David Benavidez? Come on, man. This is the fight we want to watch. Come on. Jermall Charlo's a good fighter. He has good skills. He's a good fighter. Why don't he want to fight him? Why can't he find his nuts? He's trying to protect that That's what he's trying to do. Jermall Charlo don't want no smoke with David Benavidez. Come on, man. This man's a coochie. This man's a coochie. This dude said little IBFP. This dude right here. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. Jermall the Pussycat Charlo. Jermall the Pussycat Charlo. Come on, man. And look, I'm going to tell you this. I didn't know. My brother Manny said Jermall going to be slurring his word like Lemieux. That's how you know he won't fight him. So you won't fight David Benavidez, but you'll turn around and fight Selecki. That was an easy fight to make. But you can't fight David Benavidez, but you can fight Selecki? Come on, man. Come on. We need to see a real match. David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo, neither one of these guys are fighting top fighters. This would be a great matchup. Jermall Charlo, stop running. And look, let me give everybody a special announcement. A special announcement about Jermall Charlo. You don't know. I got breaking news. A lot of people don't know this about Charlo, but did you know that Jermall Charlo is a vagina and a coochie at the same time? He's both at the same time. He's a vagina and a coochie. How are you both? How are you both? Come on. How are you a vagina and a coochie? You can't be both. Step up and fight this man. You out here fighting Selecki. You out here fighting Dennis Hogan. Don't nobody want to see that trash. You can wipe your ass with all of those opponents, and you won't step in the ring with David Benavidez. Hold on. BaySav11 says, will Canelo Alvarez fight David Benavidez? BaySav11, I respect you. Thanks for being a part of IBFP. But this has to be the dumbest question I've ever seen in life. Will Canelo fight him? Canelo is fighting killers, world champions, fight after fight after fight. Will Canelo has the nuts to fight everybody. He's the most fearless fighter in boxing. He's proven time and time again he'll take challenges. What the hell are you talking about? Hell yeah, Canelo will fight him. The question is, will Jermall Charlo will fight him? That's the question. Yo, Nuke, Showbiz said Canelo is scared of David Benavidez. That's because Showbiz the adult is also a vagina and a coochie. And if he brings his sorry clown ass on this channel, I will cook him. He will get cooked. Hey, that's all we doing. All we doing is talking about facts. That's all we doing. Exactly. Charlo won't even fight. Hold on. Canelo goes up and weight and goes 12 rounds. Charlo goes up and gets stopped. Mark my words. I mean, I'm going to put it like this. Jermall Charlo won't even fight Danny Jacobs. Exactly. I mean, these guys, how are you a vagina and a coochie, and you the type of guy that's fighting this level of competition like Selecki? Nobody want to see that garbage. My brother Diz says Canelo still murders David Benavidez. No cap. I think Canelo still beats him, but David Benavidez is a good fight. It's still a good fight. I think it's still a great fight. I would love to see it. I still think Canelo beats him. But just let me make this clear. Ain't nobody else Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is undefeated at 168. Canelo Alvarez is a beast at 168. Don't compare anybody at 168 to Canelo Alvarez. I agree with that. Salute my brother. Salute. Look, I'm going to put it like this. When will Jermall Charlo fight David Benavidez? Jermall Charlo won't even fight Demetrius Andre. He won't fight David Benavidez, but he'll turn around and send a contract and get the fight done with Selecki. Come on. Who do I want David Benavidez to fight? I'm going to tell you this. David Benavidez right now has an opportunity to fight Jermall Charlo. They're both PBC Showtime fighters. Both of these guys have no big fights lined up. Both of these guys need a big career-defining fight. Both of these guys fighting each other makes perfect sense. He's been begging for a Jermall Charlo fight. Jermall Charlo said he'll knock out David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo says they're bad blood. Then why don't you go up and prove it, you pussy? Damn, I hate this guy. I mean, Jermall Charlo is one of the most frustrating fighters, period. Hold on. I got something fly to say. David says, Charlo is 160. Keep that same energy. Let me explain something to you. Jermall Charlo knew he was 160 when he said he would knock out David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo knew he was at 160 when he said he's willing to fight David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo knew he was 160 when he said he was going to move up and beat David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo said this. So if you're at 160, don't ever plan up moving to 168. Then why is David Benavidez name in your mouth? And why are you saying you're going to move up in weight and knock him out? Why are you talking like that if you're a 160-pound fighter? David, you can't answer that question because you're a dumbass. Keep the same energy. Look, I don't mean to school these guys, but we got to be honest and unbiased. We got to be honest and unbiased. Come on, man. Jermall Charlo's a vagina and a coochie. If you support Jermall Charlo, you are a dumbass. Because at this point, Jermall Charlo is not taking no challenges. Exactly. Jermall Charlo will not fight Janabek. Janabek showed tonight why he's a monster in the middleweight division. Janabek showed you tonight that he's a problem in the middleweight division. Jermall Charlo does not want any parts of Janabek. Janabek is a beast. Let's be real. Charlo is not only big enough for 168, Charlo is perfect for 168. Canelo Alvarez is smaller than all these guys and went undisputed at 168. Why can't these guys step up and fight in a weight class they belong? Come on. Exactly. Canelo's 5'7" at 168. Why in the hell can't Charlo do it? Because he don't want to take his pussy ass up in weight and fight David Benavidez, which is a damn shame. My brother Sir Wolf says, that was a hell of a fight, man. Benavidez was on point. Congrats, champ. I give credit to Lemieux. Thought too, man, they was throwing leather. It was a great fight. It was excellent. But you know, we knew David would do this because Lemieux is not an elite fighter at this point in his career. He's well past his best. So that's why we need Jermall Charlo to step up. We need Jermall Charlo to step up because David Benavidez needs an opponent. Jermall needs an opponent. They have bad blood. It makes the perfect sense. Both on PBC Showtime. What's holding up the fight? The only thing that's holding up this fight is a coochie named Jermall Pussycat Charlo. That's the only thing holding up this fight. Make it clear. My brother Alex Chavez says a big fan of Jermall Charlo, but he's got one of the most disappointing resumes in boxing. Prime, undefeated, world champion, and ain't fighting nobody. That's why I respect Alex Chavez because he keeps that same energy. I mean, think about it like this with Jermall Charlo. He could have fought Demetrius Andre a long time ago. Chose not to. He's already rejected one Canelo Alvarez fight back in 2019. You got to understand, Jermall Charlo's a coochie. That's really what he is. He's a coochie. My brother Peter states, you know, South Crack is having Ego's baby and vice versa. You know, those two cornballs, both of these guys are garbage truck juice. Both of these guys are garbage truck juice and asshole kissers. I mean, I guess I'm just disrespected. You know, I feel sad to see that a fighter like Jermall Charlo won't have the nuts to fight David Benavidez. This makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Absolutely, Rodnell. Absolutely. He has to be afraid of 168. It's the only thing I can see. It's the only thing I can see. My brother says he plays dodgeball. He plays with balls, all right. My brother Alex Guzman says Jermall Charlo needs to fight David Benavidez already. And these Canelo haters are something else. You got to understand something about Canelo haters. You got to understand. They know Canelo Alvarez is busy all this year. And they know that the fight that makes the most sense next or any point this year is David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo. Even mentioning Canelo don't make sense because you know he's busy. You know he has at least 2 more fights before he fights any of these guys next year. You knew that And yet these haters are still talking about Canelo. First of all, they suck on Canelo's name like an elote, but then sit up here and fanboy for guys like Jermall Charlo. Don't want Charlo to get the smoke. Don't want Charlo to get any part of that. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. These guys are a bunch of elote suckers. My brother David Hernandez says, David Benavidez versus Morrell. How do you have that fight? I think Benavidez wins on experience, but Morrell looks fantastic. So we shall see if that fight even happens. We'll see. I mean, look, I don't like to get my hopes up for stuff because none of these guys seem to be willing to take a challenge. None of these guys seem to be willing to take a challenge. Will Caleb Plant fight Benavidez? Caleb Plant says he'll fight David Benavidez, but still, I have not seen any contract signed. I have not seen any contract signed. I have not seen Caleb Plant even have a comeback fight. I need to see these guys bounce back so we can get the fights we want to see. We need to see these fights. Come on now. Exactly. The Charlo sisters are panochas. We understand that. Charlo is scared of David Benavidez. He has to be. He's not scared of Sulecki, though. He's not running from Sulecki. My brother Niners, Giants, Warriors all day says, how many 147 or 154 pounders would go to 175? 175 pounds. Crawford, Spence, neither one. And Errol Spence is bigger than Canelo Alvarez. But you got to understand, Canelo Alvarez is a once-in-a-generation type of fighter. Canelo Alvarez is a guy that you won't ever see in boxing that often. You get guys like Canelo. You get guys like Roy Jones Jr. You get guys, special once-in-a-generation type fighters. You don't get that too often. You get a bunch of panochas like Jermall Charlo that are scared to lose their O, that are fighting for paydays, and that don't want to fight a top fighter like David Benavidez when it makes the most sense. A young lion Charlo fights Bom Selecki. He's happy to fight Selecki. He's happy to fight Selecki. He's talking big trash to Selecki. Yeah, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Nobody want to see that garbage. Nobody want to see that ass juice of a fight. My brother. Panochas. That's what these guys are. Oh my God, these guys are. My brother states, just seen the Canelo haters all of a sudden on Canelo's side against Benavidez. They worried about Jermall. These guys are worried about Jermall. They're trying to save Jermall Charlo. They don't want Jermall Charlo to get decapitated from David Benavidez. They don't want to see it. They do not want to see it. That's the fight that makes the most sense next. Let's get that fight. Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez. Let's see him. You say he's great. You say he's elite. You say nobody wants to fight Jermall Charlo. You said everybody's ducking Jermall Charlo. Well, let's get that fight. Let's get it. Shout out to Southpaw Boxing, also known as Felipe. You pussy. Let's go. Let's go. These cowards don't want to cook with the landlord. These cowards don't want it. Hold on. Hey, IBFP, Artman said Charlo beats, I guess, Benavidez. So let me tell you something about Artman. Artman is the same dumbass who said that Deontay Wilder is going to beat Tyson Fury. He said it after the first fight. He said it after the second fight. Even the third fight, he said he was going to beat him. This man is literally the dumbest guy who talks boxing. You cannot believe anything Fartman says. You can't. And you can't even realize that Deontay Wilder almost got knocked into a coma, and you still up here trying to suck him off. Come on, man. He was twerking in the streets with Deontay Wilder after he got his ass kicked by Tyson Fury the last time. Let's be honest. My brother says black fighters ducking David Benavidez. That's Jermall Charlo. That's Jermall Charlo. That's a fact and not a feeling. Jermall Charlo, pussy, step up and fight him. That's all we want to see. We're tired of seeing Selecki. We're tired of the Selecki fights. No one wants this trash. My brother Primetime says over 400 people watching right now. Hit the like button for my boy. Thank you, Primetime. Hit that like button for the landlord and let's cook. Let's cook. And tonight, guess what? On the IBFP Live, we are cooking the pussycat Jermall Charlo. We are cooking this guy because Jermall Charlo has a special talent that a lot of people don't know. And his special talent is he's a vagina, a coochie, and a panocha all at the same damn time. How are you all three? How are you all three? It don't make no damn sense. It don't make no damn sense. I just watched another channel say Benavidez was supposed to destroy Lemieux so he gets no credit, and Tank gets credit for beating Cruz even though he was supposed to destroy Cruz. Ass juice logic. Absolutely true. That's the dumbest logic. That was a cherry pick for Tank, and some people even think he lost that fight. These dumbasses don't know shit about boxing. Come on, man. Come on, man. My brother Malik Moses, salute to the landlord. Thank you, my brother. Much love. Malik Moses is a real one. Come on, somebody roast that coochie of a pussycat, Jermall Charlo. Come on. Jermall, step up. Step up. See, we need him to step up and fight somebody for real. Come on. My brother says, yo, Nuke, apologize if it's irrelevant. However, can you do an unbiased video on Mayweather versus Pacquiao and who really held up the fight? Absolutely. I'll break that down. I will break that down because this is one of my most loyal subscribers. And when I see somebody come back time and time again that simply wants the unbiased truth, I will give it to you. Request will be honored. Absolutely. Where's Boxing Ego, Black Fight Fan, a Drunk Punch, and Trill Boxing? I don't know. I don't know what these guys say. Look, if anybody want that smoke, they can come get it. I'm live right now, and they know where to find me. I don't sit up here and just talk. I'm willing to debate any of these clowns. I'm willing to cook any of these clowns on live and make anybody famous. Just understand that. Southpaw undisputed chorizo sucker. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Here's another one. When is David Benavidez going to call out Dimitri Bivol? I would love to see him call him out. He said he'd move up to 175 if he can't get the fights. Bivol is sitting right there. Go call him out. We want to see the best fight the best. My brother Joseph says Charlo requires his foe to have 50,000 in Uber miles. That now it makes sense. Jermall Charlo fighting so many damn Uber drivers, they got to meet the minimum of Uber driver miles before he'll step in the ring. Come on now. Melo Alvarez said Jermall Charlo is ducking blacks, Mexicans, whites, only to fight Euro Uber drivers. And that's a fact and not a feeling. This man is ducking any and everybody he can find. Anybody that's willing to fight and that's a top fighter, he's getting the hell out of there. He don't want none of it. He don't want none of it. I mean, come on. If you're a Jermall Charlo fan, you need to reevaluate your stance on boxing. You really do. You really do. Like, I couldn't imagine being a Jermall Charlo fan. If you're a Jermall Charlo fan right now, the first thing you need to do is turn the light switch off and on and then slap the hell out of yourself for being so stupid. Because it really don't matter. It makes sense why you're a Jermall Charlo fan at this point in your life. I couldn't be. He's too stupid. He's too stupid. My brother Unbox Collector says Jermall El Pollo Loco Charlo will get folded like a Walmart picnic table if he fights David Benavidez. And that's exactly what's going to happen. But I'm not seeing any of these hating ass channels. Ego, Dante's Big Breast Nation, Dante's Fried Rice Nation, Dante's Chicken and Waffle Nation. Call out this. I'm not seeing the LDBC, Fannin, Mr. Potato Head. I'm not seeing any of these haters. 78 Sandwich TV. I'm not seeing any of these guys come out here and say Jermall Charlo needs to step up and fight David Benavidez. No, all of these guys are supporting a pussy. That's what they're doing. My brother Junior says, thanks, IBFP, for spitting the facts and keeping it 100. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Absolutely. That's what we're going to do. We're going to speak that truth, and we're going to keep that same energy. That's what we're going to do. My brother George William, he states, love you, Nuke, but I'm smoking you. Salute, my brother. Much love, always. Always. Let's get it. Let's get it. My brother says, oh, my God. Exactly. Why don't David Benavidez go and snatch up them 2 belts, get them 2 belts from Bivol? I don't know if he wants to any smoke with Bivol. He ain't moved up to 175. Salute to my brother Antonio. Jermall Charlo scared. In the LDBC, Dante, Ego, all of these guys are supporting him, fighting guys like Selecki and not fighting David. They're supporting a pussy. That's what they're doing. My brother Pharaoh 115 says, here to support the IBFP like always. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Angela says, because women lie, men lie, but the facts don't lie. That's what I'm talking about. Artman versus IBFP. Let's make it happen. Body bag him, Nuke. Do me that favor. That's easy work. That's a cherry pick for me. And you know what? I'll do it. Have him bring his sorry ass over here and he'll get cooked. Bring his sorry, no boxing talking ass over here and I will cook his sorry ass. I'm going to tell you this about Artman. That's why we call him Fart Man. I mean, the guy is garbage. I mean, he really thought that Deontay Wilder had more skills than Tyson Fury. He still thinks that Tyson Fury cheated. He don't care about the facts. He don't care about any of that. He's a dumbass, and you can't fix stupid. My brother Jose says, Jermall Charlo on his knees begging Al Heyman to delay the David Benavidez fight. Al, please don't make the fight. Come on, Al, man. I'm not trying to get this work. Come on, man. Al, don't put me in there with this guy. Give me another Selecki. You know, you ain't got no McDonald's workers, Walmart cashiers, grocery store clerks, anybody? Come on, man. Come on, man. But they talk about it like this dude out here trying to get all the smoke. Salute to my brother BJ Freeman. Salute, BJ. Benavidez is a dangerous dude. Jermall Charlo's not clamoring for that fight. He don't want them problems. And David Benavidez is going to send that boy straight to hell. I've been saying it for a long time. Jermall Charlo keep talking about he need a vaccine. He got to be 25. You know, he needs to shave his pubic hairs. You know, I don't like his eyelashes curled. You know, he can't wear red. I mean, he got every excuse in the book why this fight can't happen. Come on. Come on. Let's get that fight. I want to see Jermall Charlo fight David Benavidez. Why can't we get that fight? They say Jermall Charlo's a bad dude. Come on. Come on. They say Jermall Charlo's a killer. They say Jermall Charlo's a dude that's running things. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Nobody want to see that garbage-ass Selecki. Nobody wants that trash. My brother Playboy says, Charlo ain't with the smoke. Folded long ago, shaking my head. Now, here's a funny thing. Here's a funny thing. Jermall Charlo's a good fighter. He has power. He has pop, great fundamentals. He's a big, strong guy, good chin. Why won't you fight David Benavidez? The fight makes all the sense in the world. Make that happen. Make that happen. Make it happen. Will we see IBFP versus Southpaw debate part 2? You will only see that part 2 if Southpaw finds his nuts, because he has not. He has not found his nuts. He don't want no more of the IBFP. Come on. Exactly. Now David Benavidez got to shave his pubes to get a fight with Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo's putting up every excuse in the book. Oh, if David Benavidez don't shave his pubes, I won't enter the ring in boxing. If David Benavidez You know, I mean, how many excuses you need? How many excuses you need, you coward? Come on, man. Who's supporting this guy? Who is supporting this guy? Make it make sense. My brother states Leonard Ellerby was criticizing Canelo for only doing 300 pay-per-view buys, yet won't talk about Tank Davis can't even do 100,000 pay-per-view buys, yet the LDBC is silent. I'm going to tell you this about Leonard Ellerby. Leonard Hot Dog Nose Ellerby. Leonard Ellerby, this is what he is. He's a rodeo rider, an elote sucker. The guy is a hater. You will never see him say anything real. He's a coochie himself. He's a big, fat-ass, big titty pussy that's only likes to talk trash and hate on any fighter that's not with the PBC. That's really what he's a hater. And so that's why you can't take anything he says serious. That's why you can't believe anything he says. He's a habitual liar. And that's really what it is. And we know it. And we know it. My brother says Southpaw tried selling me some elotes in a white van. I'm going to tell you this. This is one guy that I can't deal with is Southpaw, because at the end of the day, you know, I mean, think about it like this. This guy is a straight dumbass. He's a straight dumbass. He's a coward. And any man named Felipe ain't going to never beat me in a debate. Ain't never going to beat me in a debate. Ain't never going to beat me in a debate. And all of these guys talk all this trash, but won't step up here and debate the landlord. And you got all these coward channels supporting it. Come on now. David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo, the fight needs to happen. The fight needs to happen. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie. Felipe!